Good day, Tondonians! Welcome to our Empowerment Technologies class today. Balita muna tayo. Alam niyo ba nung Friday naglabas na McDonald's BTS meal? Oo, may McDonald's BTS na nga. Imagine niyo kung walang ICT. Magkakaroon kaya ng BTS meal? Kilala niyo kaya yung BTS? May BTS Army kaya? At higit sa lahat, may klase kaya tayo ngayong araw kung walang ICT. Sa araw na ito, tutuklasin natin kung paano nabago ang lipunan dahil sa ICT. Paano nga ba natin ginamit ang information technologies? Tara, tuklasin natin para malaman. For today's topic, we have ICT as an agent for change. These are the lesson's objectives. First is to understand the importance of ICT as a platform for social change. Second is to understand the events that ICT helped realize and use prior ICT knowledge in planning a campaign using online resources. Today, we consider ourselves living in a digital age. Almost every device now is updated. Back then, TVs were just TVs, and cell phones were just for calling and sending text messages. At present, most devices are now smart. Smartphones, smart TVs, even smart refrigerators are only a few examples of devices that do more than their regular functions. Computers make it possible for these devices to be programmed with codes and can do more than what they were used to. Now you may ask why and how did it happen from small and simple devices to smart devices? ICT have 5 phases of evolution, and we will discuss it one by one. The first phase is what we call the first computer. World War II marked the first creation of electromagnetic calculator. This device weighed about 5 tons. That's about 1,972 modern-day laptops. Smaller and more versatile computers were eventually developed using transistors in 1947. The second phase is what we call personal computers. During the 1970s, the development of personal computers started. This is made possible by chip technology and magnetic disks, which made bulky computers fit a desktop. This technology made word processing, accounting, and graphics easily available to the public. The third phase is what we call microprocessors. Microprocessors are also known as logic chips. They were eventually invented, which reduced the cost of processing power of computers. The fourth phase is what we call networking. Soon thereafter, small connections were made so that computers are able to communicate with each other. This all started with small distances, then eventually broke the distance barriers, which gave birth to the internet. These days, we are still seeing newer developments, which make our internet connection faster, thus improving this technology. The fifth and last phase is what we call wireless technology. Wired connections are already a huge advancement for the internet, but to travel to different places while still being able to browse websites, update your social media status, and search Google were all made possible with wireless technology. Now, with all that knowledge in mind and the development of ICT, the question is, what is the role of ICT in recent Philippine history? Nabago ba ang hugog ng ating kasaysayan gamit ang ICT? O ang ICT ba ang nagbago sa atin? Malalaman natin yan with our run for history at kung paano tayo natulungan ng ICT para mabago ang ating present. EDSA People Power. The EDSA People Power lasted from 1983 to 1986. During a radio broadcast in Radyo Pitas, Cardinal Sin encouraged the Filipinos to help end the regime of then President Ferdinand Marcos. A major protest took place along EDSA from February 22 to 25, 1986, involving 2 million Filipinos from different sectors. These included civilians, political parties, the military, and religious groups. The radio broadcast helped change the course of history. Without it, Filipinos would not have been moved into action. The second people power. This is also known as 2001 EDSA Revolution. It happened during January 17 to 21, 2001. It fueled after 10 senator judges and 11 prosecutors of then President Joseph Estrada walked out of the impeachment trial. As the result, the crowd in EDSA grew over a course of few days. True text brigades. Like the first people power, EDSA DOS would not have been successful without the text brigades. The Million People March. This is a series of protests that mainly took place in Rizal Park from August 22 to 26, 2013. There were also several demonstrations that happened around key cities in the Philippines and some locations overseas. There was to condemn the misuse of the Priority Development Assistance Funds, or PDAP. Though dubbed as a Million People March, the number of total attendees was only around 400,000. Despite that, it was still considered as a success and clearly demonstrated how powerful social media campaigns are. The organizers and promoters of the Million People March used Facebook and Change.org as their multimedia. Yolanda Person Finder. Recent storm in the Philippine history gave birth to a person finder database powered by Google. During Typhoon Yolanda, the People Finder was a vital tool for people across the globe to track the situation of their relatives. These proved to be successful and is now adopted by more organizations to help people track relatives during calamities. So that's how ICT changed the course of history throughout time. Imagine if there is no available information communication technology during those times. Paano kaya tayo ngayon? Meron kayang pagbabago sa kurso ng kasaysayan kung wala ang ICT? Tingnan naman natin ang isang website na naglalayo na magbago o magbigay ng pagbabago. No? And we call this change.org. Change.org is dubbed as the world's platform for change, where anyone from the online community can create a petition and ask for others to sign it. During the past times, petitions are only done through signing a paper, usually done by a group asking for signature via travel. Change.org gives access to more people by allowing the online community to affix their digital signatures on a petition. And the most recent one is the Change.org Duterte Resign Now. So, that's it. Yun yung Change.org. Makikita natin yan mamaya. Now you know how ICT has changed the course of Philippine history throughout time. And remember class, without ICT, we could never have this classroom. Now, thank you and have a good day. I hope to see you again next meeting during our synchronous class. Goodbye and have a nice day.